All right, episode 6. Welcome to the Hoela Podcast Show. It's your boy Philly, Phil, Sea Legs, Docilia, whatever it is you want to call me. And I'm here with my good friend, my brother, Donnie McClurkin. I'm just playing Mr. Madon himself. Introduce yourself, family.
I haven't heard that name in a while. Nah, it's your boy. What's your boy? Don Talk, Donnie Bravo. What's the word, Phil?
The word is that we got the word, bro. That's the word of the day today, that we got the word. And we
Of
gonna we
course.
gonna deliver it to y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ready for a good little pie. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, shenanigans.
Yes, Sirski. Yes, Sirski. How you want to kick it off? What you want to talk about? The pigskin or the Wilson? What we saying?
Nah, we gotta go. We gotta go pigskin first because the
Gotta
big
go
game coming
pigskin.
up. Big
We do
game
got a
coming up.
big game coming up, February
All the
9th, I
marbles.
believe.
February night. All the marbles.
Yes, sir. Every single marble there is. So we'll start. Big game. Before we get to the big game, we got to talk about the journey there. The NFC Championship and the AFC Championship. We'll start. We'll leave that AFC Championship for last. We'll start with the NFC Championship. 55-23, Philadelphia Eagles over the Washington Commanders. That was an interesting game. That was an interesting game. That was an interesting game. Obviously, a lot of people did not have the Commanders winning. Uh, but
Bears
I don't know if a lot of
Minnesota.
everyone, I don't know if everyone had it being a 30-point blowout. So, how you felt about that game?
You know what's so crazy? I was actually watching that game. And even though they were losing by a lot, it didn't feel like a blowout. Did you feel that same way?
No, no. I mean, there were times where it felt like the game was inching away
And
from
then
the
they kind of
Commanders,
got back.
but then they did good. It was turnovers, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's not like they didn't get an opportunity to go back and forth because they were fumbling so much. I think they had 3 fumbles, right?
had 3 fumbles. They had almost had a pick in that set, especially in that second quarter, bro. But yeah, bro, that's all. I mean, we kind of knew exactly what it was gonna be, bro. Experience, at first time being there. Penalties kind of messed them up at certain times too during certain
Mm-hmm.
point in the game, and then. With that playoff football, the margin, playoffs period, but especially football, the margin of error is so slim that
Very slim.
penalties and turnovers can really smack you. And we're going to talk about that with the next game because that's kind of been a topic of discussion. But yeah,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
I just think that, what I'm saying, really couldn't get too much going on with the run game. Daniels had to, I feel like, overcompensate a lot, but he didn't. He's still very poised, still made very good decisions, still kind of basically stayed even killed, bro. It's like his team just wasn't ready. Like, I don't think it was him. Definitely don't think it was a him thing. And yeah, bro, Saquon, bro. I mean, that's kind of what you chalk it up to, bro. Scoring on the first play of the game, bro. And it was just
Yeah.
so crazy how he did it
60.
because, like,
60.
it was like one of those things you felt like he was gonna have a big game, even knowing how the Commanders' defensive line is. You just felt like he was gonna have a good game, bro. Especially how he was hitting the outsides, bro. He didn't play with the ball, and I give Hurts a lot of credit too, because people like to kind of talk down on Hurts, but Hurts read the game really well. He read the game well. He knew when exactly to kind of go for the big play because they didn't. Have you noticed, bro? These last couple of games, like Eagles have been scoring a lot of points and not really been going for like big plays or like
Oh, they haven't, man. It's been nothing but the run game, right? Nothing but the run game. But
moving
this
the
game, I
chains,
think,
bro.
just so how I say, bro, they ran the ball 36 times, right? And
Oh,
you
that's
would think,
crazy.
and you would
Well, it's
think
not crazy,
Saquon got. No, no, no. I mean, it is right because you didn't want that to happen. You would think Saquon got 20 plus touches if they touched they toted the rock, bro. He only had 15 rushes, bro. 15 carries for 118 yards and 3 touchdowns. Right. That was the biggest key for the Commanders going into the game. You know who they're gonna give the ball to. You know they're gonna try to run the ball. You know what they want to do.
easier said
You
than
got to
done,
stop the
though.
run. Obviously, easier said than done. But if you wanted to win the football game, you had to stop the run. Um, I don't. Jada, you touched on Jaden Daniels. I don't think as boots on the ground here in the state of Maryland, um, Commanders fans are not upset with Jaden Daniels. They love what he's accomplished and they love how he
As they
played.
should.
Yeah, my only caution to Commanders fans and mainly to the front office, I think I mentioned it before on the pod, is hey, look, bro, you guys overachieved this year. This was not a Super Bowl roster. This was not an NFC Championship roster, right? Don't. don't. There's two things. One, don't rush it. Right. Don't feel like you're one player away. So you go pay somebody a bag and a half because you think you just need one thing and you'll be back. But at the same time, don't do nothing. You know, do
Right.
something. Do something. Right. So
Nah, bro.
that's
It's like I say, bro. It's like they're, and I love it because like, and I kind of noticed the shift a little bit during the season. Like, even like when the last Super Bowl run they made, like they were kind of more so schemed around. Okay, we have elite wide receivers, we got an okay running game, but we have a quarterback who's able to mislead and who's able to move the chains with the run. But I
Mhm.
feel like this year they're playing more conservative, but it's low key made their offense more potent in a way because they have more opportunities. I feel like to get. Well, I mean, like I say, Saquon Barkley helps, but that opens up so much. Like
Mhm.
even AJ Brown, I think he only had 96 yards, but it was an impactful 96 yards.
I don't like how you said only. It's 96
I mean,
yards.
bro, I mean, when you think about a caliber wide receiver like him, you would think, okay, he's getting the ball, things like that. But nah, bro, he had
Yeah.
96. Like
Yeah, he had
that's.
some big plays after the previous weeks of not being targeted, bro. I think let me, hey, 'cause you know
I think he only had
we
we had 6 passes, 7 passes. I don't even think he got. So it was very efficient too.
yeah, very efficient. So the week before against the Rams, they put up 28 points, and Jalen Hurts only threw for 128, and let me confirm it. AJ Brown only had 2 receptions, 7 targets. Right.
And I give
So
him a lot of credit too because he kind of gets. Shoot, even me sometimes. We have the stigma of wide receivers of being considered divas. But
yes,
I definitely loved his attitude. They had that little rut in the middle of the season where they thought he
yeah,
was beating with Jalen, but
yeah.
I give him a lot of credit for how he's played football at these playoffs. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta give him his props.
No, I'm with it. I'm with it. You know, he's reading his little book on the sideline. So, bro, I don't know if you saw that in the chat, but the next day that book was a bestseller.
I saw it on Twitter.
Yo, the author said he was so confused. He was so confused. Bro said
Got
like,
free promo.
where these sales came from?
Now my boy AJ got to write a book.
Trying to tell you.
He got to win.
Shout out Philly
Bro,
fans though.
I seen bro, I didn't even know this. The 55 points the Eagles score was the most in the NFC Championship game since the merger in '70s.
Oh, they scored 7 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, bro. Hurst had like
7.
3, and then Saquon had how many?
Saquon had 3, Hurts had 3, and then this other buddy had 1.
Yeah, so bro, yeah, bro. It's just like I say, high power running offense, bro. That's
Yeah,
that's the name of the game this year, bro. Running. If you can run the ball, if teams that's been able to run the ball, bro, other than
hey,
the Dark Magic Chiefs, but yeah,
it's a cycle, right? It's a cycle. The NFL tried to get phase out running backs, make them less important. I remember when Saquon did his holdout, and all the RBs had that meeting together. I don't know if people remember that. There was a big running back conference with just running backs, and they
oh,
planned to see how they
you
could.
taught me
Yeah,
something. I didn't even know that.
yeah, that was a couple years ago when Derrick Henry was still on the Titans, and he was trying to get his money from the Titans after they paid Ryan Tannehill. All the running
Mm,
backs got together, had a little meeting, and they was trying to figure out how they could make this contract stuff work. So the NFL moved away from running backs a little bit, and now running backs are proving why the star ones, at least star running backs, are proving why they should be paid as they are stars, and bring back that value. And the NFL's learning that. The NFL's
right.
learning that. So
I agree, bro.
yeah.
Shout out to the RBs.
Yeah. Hey, we'll get back to the Eagles a little bit later, right? We have more to discuss with them, obviously. For now, let's transition to a game that had many implications, right? Like there was a lot riding on this game for a lot
It
of
says
different people.
implications.
Many implications. It meant a lot of things, right? It meant a lot of things. It meant a win versus Patrick Mahomes for Josh Allen. When will he
Man,
get it? Did not happen. 0-4 versus Pat Mahomes in the playoffs, right?
thank you.
That's insane. This man has never touched the Super Bowl. This is it. It's our year. It's our year. Still ain't did nothing, unfortunately.
Oh, that's
Obviously,
big bro. That's his big bro.
that's Big Bro right now.
That's his
Uh,
big bro, bro.
on the biggest stage. On the
I
biggest
know he's
stage.
sick too. Wasn't all
Yeah,
of them in the AFC Championship game except one?
I think so.
That's
I think
crazy.
so.
I'd
I
be
think
sick to my
so.
stomach.
Yeah, that Joe Burrow year, it wasn't AFC Championship.
That's what I'm saying. I think they said that year, but I think every year has been an AFC championship. That's
Yeah,
nuts.
because they both like always top seeds, so that's when they meet. But all in all, I think it was a good game, right? I think it was a good game. I enjoyed watching
It
the
was a
game. I
really good
think
game.
both quarterbacks made plays. Josh Allen did his best to win. James Cook tipped in on the running game. Patrick Mahomes obviously it was Patrick Mahomes. Xavier Worthy came to play football, right?
Xavier Worthy's a beast, bro. That's a rookie. That's a hell of a rookie, bro.
Hell of a rookie. If they still had Rasheed Rice, like if Rasheed Rice ain't go down, because a couple games to the season, Rasheed Rice was hooping good. If they still had Rasheed Rice, that offense would have been unstoppable, truly unstoppable. But it was a good game. It was a good game. It was a good game. I just, it's
Go
Patrick
ahead, bro.
Mahomes
Say
on the
it, bro.
Chiefs, man. It's Patrick Mahomes on the Chiefs, and I just don't think. I said it at the beginning of the year, bro. I said it. People thought I was capping, right? People I said, bro, the Bills ain't winning the Super Bowl this year. They're just not good enough, right? I think they're one of the best teams in the NFL, and Josh Allen had an MVP like year, but they're just always They were just missing something that I honestly don't know how to describe it, but it showed itself against the Chiefs, right? You might say, well, Philip, it was only a 3-point loss, right? They were 13-4. What else do you want him to do?
Nah, that don't tell the whole story. Because they
It
started
don't
off
tell,
very slow. They started the game very slow, bro.
right? They
I,
did, and they picked it up in the third, right? They hit the third quarter 6-0, but the fourth quarter was 11-7. On
bro,
the
that fourth
scoreboard.
and goal was so crazy.
Dog,
I'm like, bro,
bro, they tried to go for two so many times.
bro. That's why I
They
couldn't.
could not do it.
Like, bro, the Chiefs remind me of those Golden State Warriors teams in like around 2016. It's like, bro, you
Yeah.
can't make too many mistakes, bro.
No, you can't.
You can't make too many mistakes, bro. You got to capitalize on drives,
Have
and
to.
you got to stop. You can't get penalties, bro. You can't, bro.
No.
That's a team who will kill you off that, bro.
No, like, cause the Chiefs gonna keep coming. They're gonna
Yes.
keep coming. Patrick Mahomes is gonna make a play, right? Something is gonna go in their favor. So I don't want to say you have to be perfect, cause it's not like the Chiefs were perfect, right? They didn't
Not
put
at
up
all, bro.
55
They made the
points.
plays when they need to, bro.
They made plays when they needed to, right?
That's
And
all.
hey, we'll see what happens next year with the Bills, cause I don't know what else they can do to try and make a Super Bowl run. It seems like as long as Patrick Mahomes exists in the AFC, it runs through him, So
Please, LJ, give me one more crack at it, bro.
it's gonna be Tua, bro. I don't want to head up about no LJ. It's gonna be Tua,
Full
bro. I
season
don't
next
want
year.
to. It's Tua.
But wait,
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say
I'm
that.
be
I ain't
real though.
even.
I'm gonna be real. As much as I be hating on Tua, I think next year he might actually have a really good year.
I
I
think he
think he
will have
got
a good
something to
year,
prove. I think he got a
but
chip on his shoulder.
of course he do. He need to have a chip on his shoulder, bro. He missed a concussion, man. He's only given me one full season in the NFL, and that's unacceptable, right? Let me make that clear. Even though I'm the biggest Tua supporter,
Nah,
you
I ain't
gotta
gonna lie,
play.
y'all. He said that. I had to look to see at the screen and see who was talking just then. I thought
Oh,
it was
brother, bro. I be saying, bro, in the chat, I just be faking a little bit, but like on the real, your best ability, your best ability is availability, and Tua has not been consistently available. That's my biggest knock on, bro. Right? But at the same time, my positives for Tua is that when he has played, and that's the problem, right? When he has played, this man be balling, right? It's just
nah,
you
he
need
played. He played.
you need to
I
play.
think
My only argument with Tua is like he's played 64 games. Joe Burrow has played 69, but I don't hear the availability talk with him as much as I hear about Tua.
I think it was because I'm gonna be honest, you want me to tell you the real reason why?
Go ahead.
A lot of it has to do with perception because you got to think he got hurt his first year after
Yeah.
a really good start, but
Yeah.
then the next year he went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like the stigma with Joe Burrow. I feel like that Super Bowl appearance really kind of like
Oh,
I
bro,
guess.
it changed everything. And like I said, look, a
But
lot
I
of people
agree
want
with
to
you.
deal
I
with
agree
this.
with you as far as the
Yeah.
availability thing. But I feel like the fact that he actually was able to go to the Super Bowl kind of helped him
100%.
persuade those narratives a little bit.
100%. Like, but as I always say, man, context matters, man. Like, context matters. Like, bro, Sam Darnold won 14 games or 15 games this year. Sam Darnold, right? While Joe Burrow barely scratched 8. Like
Yeah.
Bo Nix made the playoffs, bro. Like, is Bo Nix as good as Joe Burrow?
Bro, you're funny.
No, Bo Nix is nowhere as good as Joe. But Joe wasn't it? I'm about to say Joe Herbert. Justin Herbert stunk it up in the nigga threw 5 picks. Let me not say nigga. I'm sorry, but Justin Herbert threw like 5 picks in a playoff game. Right? Is he worse than Bo Nix? You know, so context matters, man. And when I dive through the context, when I sift through the mush, Joe Bud overrated. But
I knew that was
you know,
coming. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I was seeing if you was gonna say it. Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew it was gonna say it. But no, I do think he's. I wouldn't say overrated because I think he's a really good quarterback. I think he's a top.
yeah, he could. He is a top. He's
but
a
I
top
think he's
quarterback in the league.
slightly overrated, like a tad.
Hey man, I think
A tad.
if there's one sport where numbers lie, or numbers can be misleading, it's the NFL. Right? Numbers can definitely be misleading in the NFL because if you take away T. Higgins and you take away Jamar Chase and you give him the Patriots wide receiving core, right? For example,
Don't do that, Phil.
No. I'm not gonna say those are bad players, but he has 2 wide receiver ones.
But that's a little nasty only because like
it's a little nasty. It's a little nasty, but okay, put it like this: Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen, his rookie year, you know, before he got Josh Allen before Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs, right? Josh Allen with a receiving core, Josh Allen without a receiving core, two different quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Do you feel like he had a receiving core this year?
Josh Allen?
Yeah.
No, honestly.
That's why.
No.
It's a
no.
Okay,
so I'm be real. So he did have receivers because Khalil Shakir, who is not necessarily a household name, is a baller, and he had a great year.
He's good.
Right. He had Kincaid and Dawson Knox, and they brought in Amari Cooper late and early in the year before injuries. They had Keon Coleman. They had Mac. So I think he had a good group of wide receivers, but he didn't have a guy. You know, he didn't have a guy. Like he didn't have he didn't have T. Higgins. He didn't have prime Stephon Diggs. He didn't have Jamar Chase. You know, he didn't have Justin Jefferson. You know, he didn't have a guy. Right. So Josh Allen had an MVP year. Right. I'm not taking anything away from Mr. Josh. Right. Even though I think he's a linebacker. But anyway, look, bro, we get distracted. You get what I mean, man. Next year gonna be fun as this year was, and we'll see what these teams do in the draft. But we talking about the Chiefs and Philly, so let's bring us back. Hold on, I got this thing on my screen right here. Let me turn this off. But I mean, it was notification. But anyway, what were we talking about? Okay, I'm back. Chiefs, Philly, Super Bowl, February 9th.
I need to figure out where watching the Super Bowl. Where you watching the Super Bowl at, bro? Home?
Bro, I live alone, brother. I live alone. I got work the next day. I got work the next day. Oh, let me check the date.
That's just the 9th.
Let me check the date. I mean, yeah, it's the 9th, but I'm trying to see like my work schedule. So that's I'm in demo. I got work the next day, bro. I ain't going nowhere.
Where was I last year Super Bowl? Was I in Tallahassee?
Y'all supposed to be lit down there. I'd be so sad.
Yeah, I feel that though, bro. Go out with your coworkers, bro. Enjoy the big game.
Hell nah, that's the last thing I did. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, it's because I got work the next day, bro. I got work the next day. Like I go to work at 7 a.m., bro. Yeah, man, I ain't a young whippersnapper no more. My body don't bounce back like that.
We watching the game and going to sleep because you know it's gonna be a million commercials. You got the halftime. Shout out my boy Kendrick, but I know that game ain't gonna be over till about like 12 o'clock.
Right, 2 a.m.
I hope not. I'm not. No,
I'm gonna wake up and see if that's the case. But
it started at 7, right?
Who knows what time it start, bro? There's probably like a performance for the game. Nobody knows what's going on there. But question of the day, before we even digest analytics, who you got? One answer. I don't care. Don't give me no reason in it. Just tell me who you got right now. Who winning?
Who do I want to win, or who I think is gonna win?
Who you think is gonna win?
I think the Chiefs gonna win.
I'm going Philly.
You going Philly?
I'm going Philly.
Now listen, I did my little Googles.
Did a little Google.
Come to find out, Chiefs have not been the best when teams are able to run the football. So I'm interested to see how they match up because I was actually going to ask your opinion on this because how do you feel? Because Chiefs they're such a weird team. Like their defense could be mediocre for the entire season, but for some strange reason
they lock in
the playoffs.
Lock in.
Yeah, and it's very weird. But I was gonna ask you like as far as the run game and then the Chiefs, like kind of like the pass rush and stuff like that. Do you feel
Mhm.
like that will kind of do you feel like that will kind of force Patty to kind of like get the ball out a little bit quicker? How he has, because
to
he's
to
been
keep the
scrambling a lot
ball.
in these playoffs.
So you talking about the Philly D line,
Yeah,
right?
Philly D
Versus,
line.
yeah. Uh, yes and no, right? Yes and no because like I said, the Chiefs found a way. Andy Reid knows how to draw up a scheme. If it's one thing Andy Reid know how to do is scheme,
Sure do.
right?
He for
And
sure
so
do.
I don't know if he needs to get the ball out faster than he typically does. I think what they need to do is make sure, right, make sure the other guys continue to be good because everyone talks about Travis Kelce, Travis Kelce, Travis Kelce, right? But in that game against the Bills, Travis Kelce had 2 catches for 19 yards, very
Oh,
unimpactful
he's
catches.
been like that the whole year, bro.
Right,
Like
the whole
he,
year. So that's what I mean, right? They think everyone keeps thinking it's gonna be Travis Kelce's game. It's gonna be Travis Kelce's game, but the other guys, right? The other guys need to continue to play good, right? Xavier Worthy, Juju, Hollywood Brown caught a couple catches. Uh, those guys need to continue, especially Xavier, right? I'm sure Philly's gonna be more than aware of him after watching the AFC Championship.
also Slay better
So
wrap his boots.
exactly. So they
Wrap
they
them boots.
they need to be to be to show up as well. And it's not just them. It's really honestly, it's really not even Patrick Mahomes. What'll win this game for the Chiefs? It'll
For that.
be the run game on both sides. I know we're talking about the offense, but the run game period. All right, they were able to run the ball 35 times for 135 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Bills. Kareem Hunt has 17 carries for 64 yards and a tutty. Right, Patrick Mahomes chipped in 11 for 43 and 2 tutties. Excuse me. So them being able to establish the run and control the line of scrimmage is going to determine a lot of things for them, right? The and that's at the same time. That's why I think I like Philly because you touched on that Philly D line, and I think they're going to be able to stop the run. I think they're going to be able to stop the run. Um,
I'm floating. I'm floating. So let me ask you about vice versa. You know how because Chiefs still got solid people on their front line. They still got
yeah,
Chris Jones. They
they
still
still
got
got Chris Jones.
solid people and stuff like that. So what
Yeah.
about vice versa? How do you feel like that might be?
Vice versa, everybody knows about Saquon Barkley. Everybody knows about Saquon Barkley. I think who wins the game for Philly, and this might be crazy. Not to say Saquon can't still have a good game, but the key contributor for this game for Philly, I think is gonna fall down to 2 people. Where I'm not even going to include Jalen Hurts because he's the quarterback. The quarterback has to play good in every single game for a team to win, or mostly good, right? It's the quarterback. The 2 people I think are going to have a big game for Philly in a winning effort is Dallas Goedert and
Mm.
Devonta Smith, right?
I see. What we on the same page. I
We
literally was
understand.
going to tell you. I think Smitty's gonna have a really good game in the Super Bowl.
I think so too
I
because
think he's gonna
AJ
be a great.
Brown got his highlight catches last week. So Steve Spagnuolo, just like how Andy Reid scheme, Steve Spagnuolo, that defensive coordinator, I promise you, them boys gonna be locked in on Saquon and AJ. They're gonna be locked in. Those 2 players, his head will not be beating him. Not to say they can't beat him or they won't beat him, but Dallas Goedert, right, the forgotten tight end, he has 7 for 85 last game, right? He's been finding spots and he's been running after the catch, right? And Smitty. I think AJ is gonna get bracketed, and I think they're gonna load the box up for Saquon. Smitty should be getting a lot of one-on-one coverages.
I was gonna say, are you thinking that they're gonna be able to do both? Because
They
then,
have to. They have to. So if you watch that last play against the Bills, where they blitzed everybody
yeah,
and came after Josh, when you blitz, bro, you got to know where your hot receiver is, and you got to know as a defense you're giving up something, right? You're trying to get this to give up that. In your head, they won't be able to get to this open receiver because the blitz will already get it. So it's a risk. You're hoping the blitz gets there in time so
it's
Josh
reward
doesn't
at the
see
end of the day.
this open receiver. So in your head, right? Okay, we're gonna stack the box and we're gonna hope. I believe they still got Carl Laftis, right? The Chiefs on that D line. Let me make sure I'm not making that up.
And they do.
Yeah, George Karlaftis and Chris Jones, right? You got guys like Nick Bolton. So those guys are going after the quarterback, right? you gotta in your head as Steve Spagnuolo, you're hoping he can't throw a jump ball to AJ Brown, and he can't run it up the middle to Saquon because it's 3rd and 9.
Right.
Right. You're hoping that Smitty, they can clamp Smitty for 3 seconds, right? And the D line will get there in that time. That's their
Right.
goal, right? And I think a lot of people forget just how good Smitty is, and I think he will get open
Man,
in those
I
three
agree.
seconds, and he will have the opportunity to make plays. That's my prediction. That's my belief for this game, and I think it's gonna be a fun one, bro. And that's why I got Philly winning.
Nah, I do too, bro. I do too. I think it's like I said. I think it's gonna be a good game. CJ Garner definitely gonna have to step up as well because I feel like safety's gonna have to play a big part in this game too.
Yep.
You think they might have Slay head to head?
They gonna oof. It just depends because D Hop, right? This what D Hop been waiting for, right? People forget that D Hop just been sitting there like a lamb in a garage, right? Just sitting there untouched, got a little dust on him, and he might not have a lot in the tank like he once did, back in his Houston days.
Bring the old
But
school out.
but he exactly.
Bring the old school out.
I know mom's gonna be in attendance, right? He played hard in front of his mom's, right? I know she gonna be there, right? I know he got something in him from one game.
Right. They're 100% gonna play.
So Slay is gonna be interesting to see who's Slay guard because Xavier Worthy, they move that man everywhere. They put him on jet sweeps, they put him on wide receiver screens, they put him in the backfield, swing him out left, right. They send him on goes and posts, obviously. So is Slay gonna follow Xavier Worthy around? I don't think so. Just due to
That's what I was
Xavier's
asking.
speed and gadget use. I think they keep Slay on one side of the field and just shut down whatever is over there, right? Because I think they're gonna be in a zone for the most part, and just trust that they can win with 4 on the D line instead of blitzing. So
right, and then play the odds game. I agree. I definitely agree. Now, I guess since we kind of went into like the game plan, this big picture narrative because we already know how it's gonna get spun. We got 2 vantage points.
Yep.
Eagles are, you know what I'm saying? Eagles are the people's team. You got the QB Jalen Hurts. People doubted him, but you've seen that he's been able to win on every level.
Every level. He's never been a loser.
Never been a loser. Able to win on every level. Then you got it on the side with the Chiefs. First 3-peat we ever seen in a city like Kansas City.
Yeah.
Are we looking at Mahomes now in that hierarchy? Are we looking at him in that all-time QB?
I think we've already established that.
But we already established he's top 2. Is that already?
Maybe, look, I ain't saying top 2, right? Because that's big, right? That's big. There's been a lot of great quarterbacks that have come through this league in the last few decades, right? I ain't even gonna go back in history. I'm just gonna talk about, bro. I could just talk about the 2000s if you want, but to go beyond that, right? Guys like Joe Montana, bro. There's been a lot of legends that have come through the game, right? And I think Patrick Mahomes has already earned a seat at the table. Now, where he sits at that table in the top 10, I think he sits in the top 10, right? For sure. I think he's earned that right. And obviously, the rest of his career is still need to be played out. But just what
100%.
he's accomplished thus far, I think he's earned a seat at the table easily. It's just a matter of where he sits in the table. Do he sit at the head of the table, take Tom's spot, or do he sit right next to him? All right, not too sure. To be decided, in my opinion. Right? I don't want to open my count my eggs before they hatch. Right? So
I'm
count my chicks before they hatch. Is that how the saying go?
It's chickens, brother. It's chickens, brother. You can't count. Well, if you count eggs before they hatch, that would make sense. No,
did the chicken or the egg come first? Nah, let me just plan.
I think it's count your.
And that we fact
both
checking
of them make sense,
right? I'm not tripping.
Count your chickens, but count your eggs isn't crazy though.
Nah.
Bro,
if you look, man.
Oh man,
when you change your perspective, that's when miracles happen.
You're horrible. Nah, man, whoever came up with that chicken and the egg thing, bro, they're horrible.
Terrible.
I hope you don't get no sleep at night.
Yeah, not tonight.
But yeah, man.
I think Pat earned a seat at the table.
Yeah, that's interesting, bro. You're actually one of the first people who I've actually like heard like kind of I guess give him grace with that regard. Because I think I got everybody out here, everybody even like TV, national TV circles, social media, everybody. He low key in that mix.
Yeah, so I'll put it like this. I'll give you a great example. When Tom Brady was doing his thing, right? Obviously, a lot of people said he was the GOAT already, right? Like way before that Bucks chip, right? People were
Right,
saying he was the GOAT.
the
But
Bucks should just stamped it.
it's stamped, the Bucks chip stamped, finalized, signed, sealed, delivered, no arguments, right? That's what the
Yeah,
Bucks chip did. But to be honest, probably should have been before that. But it's always the thing that sticks out the most gets hammered first, right? You know, you have 100 nails on the board. The nail that's the highest, that's the one I'm hitting first. And Tom Brady's the thing that sticked out the most at the time, right? So it's very easy to hit. Like I remember when GOAT talks would come up, it would be like, no, whatever. He just won the most chips. He's just been on great teams. It's Bill Belichick, right? Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT. That's the most talented quarterback ever. Dan Marino is the GOAT. Peyton Manning's the GOAT. You know, Joe Montana is the GOAT. Tom Brady, he don't really do nothing. He don't do nothing. You know, there was always another argument.
Always
right?
Caveat, yeah.
Because he was the one that was sticking out the most. He was the one that was in all the highlights. You know, like he was the sole person in the limelight at the time. Like he took everybody's light. You know, during his prime, his multiple primes.
Man,
right?
that was cool.
So I think that's what's going on with Patty. Patty is the nail that's sticking out the most right now. So it's a lot easier for people in media to want to hammer that nail because you sticking out the most, brother. You know you got the limelight. You got this. You know you play for the Chiefs. Taylor Swift be at your games. You know what I mean? Like you looking for a 3-peat. It's easy to hate the most successful thing. You know, it's very easy. Love and hate, two sides of the same coin. It's very easy to flip to the other side.
That is a fact.
So, see, here I am dropping quotes for y'all. Call me Jalen Hurts. I'm just fine. But,
get them out of here. You know, they hating on us right now, man. No, they hate. You got the side that's hating on them, and then you got the side where it's just shorties who just think he look good.
Oh, brother, bro. Let me tell you about work, dog. I think I was talking about it in the chat. I was talking about it in the chat. I was talking to one of my coworkers. We were talking about Jalen Hurts, and I was like, look, Jalen Hurts is not really a guy, but he's a winner. Another coworker, a young lady, right? She come out of nowhere. She said, hold on, wait. And you're like, you're a Philly fan? She's like, yeah, but first of all, Jalen Hurts is handsome. That's what she said, bro. I was like, what that got to do? What that got to do with the conversation, bro?
So now we know. So now, explain what you were about to tell us. Bro, it's nasty, bro. Like I had sent in the chat, bro. I had seen on Twitter. They say he the dude you wake up in the morning 3 a.m. to make a sandwich for. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all.
Yeah, nah, they tripping, bro. I don't want to read that. I don't want to read that, bro. But I remember the day he got married, bro. Like, and social media was a crazy day that day. They was crying on the bird, bro. They was crying. Like, what y'all doing, man? I'm not trying to see all that.
Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah.
And then he just came out with the we glazing a little too much, but he just came out with the bachata chain. You know,
the water rapids.
The water rapids, bro. The Niagara. Pause.
That he low key. That's really what juiced him up a little bit too. They like,
yeah.
These rappers, because you know. That became a conversation piece, bro. That became a conversation piece. Like rappers don't go to good jewelers.
Oh, bro, and we seen it, bro. Like we seen it. Like I remember Glorilla posted her Memphis chain, and I'm looking at it like, okay, it's not.
It's not her.
It's not dancing. It's not, bro. Like I'm looking at the chain, like man, that's a tough design, but like, bro, like it's kind of dark. Like where the light at? Like you know, it's not dancing.
A bit two-stepping, it's not dancing.
Nah, man, it's just you know, just
that bit juggy,
doing a little shuffle, right?
Man, shout out Hurts, man. I hope you.
Shout out Hurts, but I think that just about wraps up our Super Bowl talk. What you think?
Yeah, nah, that was a funny way to end it off.
Yeah. Tell me where we going next, bro.
You already know we going to the association, Adams League. Good old basketball though, nonetheless, man. You know, we almost getting to that point. Trade deadline next week, February 6th. This is where we decide the boys from the men, the kings from the queens, the real from the fake, the gold from the
Sir.
platinum.
Yes,
So
sir.
one team that's been kind of sticking out as a sore thumb as of late is the boys down in Texas. The Houston Rockets have been playing some great basketball, and I mean really great basketball. Won 10 of their last 12 games. Definitely putting it on how they're supposed to. Actually, just beat the Hawks last night. In the green, 25 leading the charge. You know what I'm saying? Amen. Still doing this thing. And yeah, bro, just
Bro, they
Houston
said
Rockets.
it was. Sorry to cut you off. They said it was a SAR playing last night, not Amen. Bro,
Bro, that's people who bet on him, bro. I don't even,
I'm people.
I know you people, bro. And y'all sickos. Y'all seen him drop 33 against Boston, and y'all thought he was the next coming to LeBron
Bro,
James.
I just needed 15, bro. I ain't need nothing crazy.
Bro, he's
He
never
finished
gonna
on
be that guy.
11.
He's never gonna be that guy, bro. Houston is one of the teams they spread the wealth, and that's why I was gonna kind of get into shoot, especially right now. They're fourth in defensive rating right now, and they're fifth in net rating right now, which has kind of been consistent throughout the whole type year. Defense have been off the charts. Swinging the ball, Fred, he had me scared at the beginning of the season. He was playing a little bit out, a little Osama
Yeah,
like, but he
you wanted
kind
him
of
gone.
he was playing a little Osama like, I ain't gonna lie, but he definitely picked up the pace. Shooting 45 from three during this stretch too. Been hitting clutch shots down the stretch, like big shots down the stretch. And yeah, bro, it's shoot. You mentioned earlier a big reason for their winning, bro, is Twins, man. Broward boys, by the way. We gotta show a little respect. People don't know. But yeah, bro, the Twin, Amen Thompson, bro, he's been one of the most, I could probably say, I'm gonna be honest, one of the most interesting players I've seen in a while, just because of what he does in a game. Like, he's literally someone, and a lot of people use this in a cliche way. He could score 0 points in a game and wreck a game, and his impact could be left on the game, bro.
Bro, I think you brought it up in the chat, but I seen his a clip showing just how quickly he leaves his feet and reaches like his apex. Right? It's kind of insane. It's little things like that people overlook or don't really think to consider. Because why would you? Why you care about how fast somebody could jump? How late they could jump and still reach the peak of someone's shot, right? Like, bro, he has freakish athleticism.
Bro, I can't even put one. I noticed if you notice, he never jumps off 1 foot. It's always off two. It's always off two. And like you say, it's not only how quick he gets off the ground, he understands angles so freaking well because he uses it when he drives to the basket. Like I remember seeing one play with Boston to where it's like they iced the screen. He tried to go toward the baseline, but he just cut back the other way to Jason Tatum and just laid it over Jason Tatum. Like, he's quick, he's fast, he understands angles, and he understands his body well too. And that's an underrated thing as far as like athletes, understanding your body. Because he knows where to position himself, and he knows, okay, I can jump at this time and I can still get to my apex, and I still can know, okay, I can predict where he's going next. He does that a lot too. Like that Moby block, bro, that, like, it stands out vividly in my head. Like, this man is 6'5", guarding a 7-footer in the post and blocks him in the post. Not only did he block him on the post, he went over his left shoulder. He barely can get over his left shoulder, and as soon as he threw the hook, he slapped it. He was actually late on the contest, borderline, but he had to position himself. Like, bro, it's like crazy, and it's like he's just really good at everything, bro. High level playmaker, rebounds incredible for a guard. He's averaging 12 rebounds a game these past 10 games, bro. That's crazy, bro.
That's insane. That's insane. Bro. Freakish athleticism and the intangibles to go with it.
Yeah, and the jumper a little wonky, but you can work on that. That's nothing.
As long as you're not checking, man.
Yeah, as long as you're aggressive, you attacking the basket, you playing to your strengths, is cool. But I don't know, Phil. Like I want your opinion. I don't know how many Rockets games you catching. I know you over there, Heat Central over there. But how you been feeling about the Rockets so far? Like I say, those were the teams that we talked about early. But we obviously had to see more games.
So how I feel about the Rockets, right? I think I told you way back when. I think it was that first game against OKC they played, and it was just a great game. It was somewhat low scoring. I don't know if you remember that first matchup versus OKC.
I think we talked about it on here.
Yeah, I don't even think the Twin played that game, but Tari East and Jabari Smith, who hasn't been available recently, were playing in that game, and they were hooping around that time. I told you, bro. I'm a fan of Eason. I'm a fan of Jabari. Right.
Yeah.
I think them boys hoopers, and you already know how I feel about Mr. Sandem Goons. Um, but
Mm.
but I like the Rockets, bro. I really, really like the Rockets. I love defensive basketball, right? That's my favorite type of basketball. I love defense, bro. Like, cause a lot of players don't care, right? I love when guys really, really put an effort out there and take charges, get in front of, I think Rel just brought it up, icing screens and putting a hand in the face, man, and being active the whole game,
Yeah,
man.
sticking
I
to the
love, I
principle.
just, I love how the Rockets play, bro, and because of that defense, because defense wins championships, bro. That will never go away, right? Defense wins championships, and because of how they play, I really want to see them in the playoffs and
I do.
see what they're about. My only thing, only thing with Houston is that they employ a chucker. I know you're a fan of him, bro. Look, don't look at me like that, bro. Don't make that face in the pod, fam. But they employ a chucker, bro. They employ a chucker. Jalen Green will give you 30 one game on 12 or 23, and then he'll come out the next game and go 3 for 17, bro.
Look though, you
Don't tell
gotta
me
give.
I'm capping. Tell me I'm capping.
No, I'm gonna be real though. So listen, I feel like he's not getting. I feel like he's been way more consistent this year. I definitely feel like he's way more consistent this year. And then also, you know what's so crazy? You say that. I feel like him having help. I think him having Fred, Dylan. I think him having talent around him saved his career. And let me tell you why.
100%.
Let me tell you why. Because I feel like, especially last year, he didn't know exactly what his role was on the team, and then you just feel like you're obligated to take shots, even if it's not within the offense. What I've loved about him this year is when he's on fire, when he's not, he's played a consistent brand of basketball. He doesn't take too many bad shots anymore. He doesn't take those herky-jerky long twos anymore. He's been a great playmaker this year. Like that 2-man game with him and Sangoon has been really good, and I give him credit. And even the game against the Celtics, he had 10 points, but he had a really good game. He had 6 dimes, 5 rebounds. Like he made good decisions. It wasn't like bad decision making, but you have no choice but to make good decisions when you have good players around you.
Yeah. Gotta
Whereas
go
when he out
coach.
there with
Gotta go coach.
Kevin Porter Jr. and you could just take 30 shots a game.
Do whatever.
So I definitely think having a good team and having a coach like Ime Udoka, because we seen what Ime Udoka's did with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and took them to that next level.
He's a great coach. He's a great coach.
He's a great coach, bro.
Just a
And
gooner.
super. The original, the real top G.
I'm telling you.
The real top G, but that's kind of really, but I have the same sentiment as you. Playoffs does kind of like, I'm curious because as much credit I want to give Ime Udoka as far as his principles and kind of his scheme, I've seen him in the playoff settings where he has lapses on offense, and I see that in this Houston Rockets team too. I saw it with the Celtics, especially in that finals against Golden State, where we was mentioning before, Golden State, you can't make too many mistakes or they're gonna burn you. I see that in this Houston Rockets team. So I'm curious. Like I said, I don't think they're going. I'm just being realistic expectations. I don't see them. I see a path to conference finals, but I don't think they would. I see a path if things go right, but I definitely think they should hang their hat on this season. They got a lot of go. They got a lot of decisions made, but they got a lot of growth.
They do. The team is fairly young in the right places. So,
yeah,
look, Thompson was hurt early in the year, right? So this team was gonna look a lot. Is Jabari comes back this year, right? Him and Eason.
I think Jabari come back. I want to say in 2 games. Eason came back already.
Yeah. So when Jabari and Eason back and them boys get back, get a couple games under their belt, right? After the All-Star break, because that's when shit get real.
Right.
But post All-Star break basketball is special to me, So when that whole roster is available, hopefully everyone stays healthy to the playoffs. I really want to see. I really not really want to see. I think Houston do take it up another gear because Jabari's kind of like an unsung hero to me. I think he's a great basketball player, and I really like how Eason plays. How Eason hoops. I mentioned that already. I like Houston, bro. I like Houston.
They got everything, bro. They're talented, bro. I think they're too talented to some degrees because, like, I don't think they're gonna be able to keep all those guys.
Nah, but we we shall see. But they got him this year, right?
Got him this year. They got
They
him
got
this
him
year.
this year. So
Which,
that's
you
them.
know, we're gonna see who else gets people this year. And it's crazy because this news actually came out after we was planning on what we were going to talk about. But
Yep.
we got a good old trade deadline coming up, and we got a
Yes.
couple big fish in the water. Like I say, February 6th, we got a lot of teams with a little money to spend, a lot of teams with assets, a lot of teams looking to hit that corner. And we got your suspects, usual suspects. You got your Jimmy Butlers, you got your Bradley Bills, you got your Zach Levines. But a big fish that's come to the pond as of late. That boy over there in that beam. Aaron Fox been looking to try and see something else, man. Yeah, Kings basically been saying they've been looking to shop around for Fox around the trade deadline. I'm guessing they weren't able to come to an agreement. And it's a couple destinations that's been kind of, floating around in the air and things like that. But one that's been very prevalent and based off from sources with Clutch, where De'Aaron wants to go is San Antonio Spurs.
Interesting. Right.
Very interesting. And this is not the first player that we've heard want to play with Wemby. We heard Trae Young rumors. We heard a little bit of the Zach LaVine. Like, we've heard a lot of players want to go out there and see what that alien talking about over there in San Antonio. But
they do.
But Phil, in your opinion, like, I guess Fox in that situation, like, what's your, I guess, idea on that? Because Kings gonna be the Kings, bro. When they got something good going, they always gonna ruin it. But
yeah,
what do you feel about, I guess, like, the realistic trade destinations he can go to, and just like the situation in general?
Honestly, first of all, Kings are a poverty franchise, and I really do feel bad for any player that gets drafted there. I remember them Boogie years, bro. That's probably when I remember them Boogie years, bro.
He made me watch Kings games.
I'm telling you, bro, Boogie was special, man. Right?
Boogie and Young IT?
Come on, bro. So, going back to now, 2 years ago, right? I'll go backwards a little bit. 2 years ago, Light the Beam became a thing, right? And
we was Beam Team, remember?
Bro, we were a Beam Team, bro. Like I had a beam, The Light the Beam thing was raw, bro. I had them boys in the playoffs beating the Warriors. Obviously, didn't happen, but all right, that was year one with Sabonis, I believe, or year two.
Year one.
Year one with Sabonis. They had just traded Halliburton, and people questioned that decision, but it worked out, man. They were moving great. Coach Brown was doing stuff, and they looked good. And then they didn't do anything the year after that. But then they came just this past offseason. It had a bad year. Then this past offseason, they big move was to go get DeMar DeRozan, right? I didn't think it was a good move, but I respected the fact that they did something.
Right.
Because the goal is to do something and try to get better. Not all your moves gonna work out, but it's the fact they did something. Obviously, the DeMar trade was it a trade or a signing?
It was a signing.
It was obviously DeMar pickup. Yeah. Obviously, DeMar pickup hasn't really been working out, but I don't think you fire your coach, right? Boom. Then you come. I don't think you trade De'Aaron Fox. It's just a bad franchise. Anyway, De'Aaron Fox, I get it. You're tired of these Sacramento decisions. You're tired of the Kings being the Kings. I've been in Sacramento, bro. It ain't really much out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro. Only thing I know about Sacramento is that boy Mozzie from there.
Bro, it looks. Obviously, I was only there for a weekend, but it just looked old.
You was in the Army?
I was not in the Army.
Navy. Sorry, brother.
Navy. Yeah, there we go. But
put respect on your merit.
That's when I was stationed out in San Diego, and I took a little trip up there, which was crazy. I took the Greyhound. 12
the vibes up there, though.
I was there for a weekend, brother. Like, one of those vibes, really. I was just vibing, bro.
I feel it.
Yeah,
but then, you know what's crazy though, bro? They actually been hooping as of late. I feel like that's why this movie kind of caught me off guard, because they actually been hooping lately.
Yeah. So it's funny you say that, right? Like they have, they went on a little win streak, and they've been playing good basketball, but they're obviously not a championship team. They are not a contender.
No, nowhere near.
Fox wants out, and he said he would want to go to the Spurs, but De'Aaron Fox is unlike Jimmy Butler in the fact that he is still young and in the absolute prime of his career. So the bag that he would demand Sorry, let me reword that. The bag the Kings would demand would essentially be a ransom. You know, they damn near about to hold bro hostage. I honestly don't think he gets traded at the deadline, right?
You don't
Just
think so?
because it's too short of a notice, and I don't think the teams would have to make it would for Fox to get traded at the deadline. Forget the Kings GM. It would take a GM, a very opportunistic like GM from another team, just pulling the trigger, taking a risk, not thinking about it too hard, and pulling the trigger. De'Aaron Fox is a whale. Go get him, right? If the Spurs want De'Aaron Fox, bro, half of them young guys is gone. You know, like I don't know what team is gonna be left
They don't
after that
really.
trade.
I mean, what would a package from San Antonio look like? Would you go Castle?
It would be
Most likely,
Castle.
you want for sale. I'm pretty sure the Kings would want for sale.
They would definitely want for sale. So I don't know if that Spurs would want to let go Castle and Vassell.
Yeah, I
But
don't think so either. I think they keep
so
Castle.
I'd go Vassell, Keldon, and Julian Champagny, and a pick or two. I think that's the package.
Do you keep CP3?
That depends on CP3. Because I know I seen an interview with him recently. He talked about his time in Golden State and how he had to take a back role because everything ran through Curry, right? It was the Curry show, and he didn't get to be the type of point guard he likes to be. Now, De'Aaron Fox comes into town. De'Aaron Fox needs the ball in his hands. That's the type of point guard Fox is. He's not a two at all. So
Right, yeah.
does CP3 want to stay in that? Because he went to Spurs to get a chance to hoop again, you know? So he wanted to hoop. So I think that just depends on CP3. But honestly, like I said, I don't think the trade happened.
You don't think it happened? I could judge that. Like I said, it's a weird situation, bro. I get it from his standpoint, though. I mean,
Yeah.
dudes want to win, but then I feel like you kind of contradict yourself a little bit about going to the Spurs. I mean, maybe I guess you're looking at it from what it could be.
Next year.
Yeah, what it could be, but
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I like I say, bro, Kings is peculiar because I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was loving that team, bro. Just how their offense was. Their offense was just so fluid. They moved up and down. They shot the ball really well. It was reminiscent of Golden State, but like
which makes
with
sense.
more dudes who can like get to it. You know, you got Monk getting to it. You got Fox getting to it.
Yeah, Keon
And you got Big Sabonis down there getting 20, 20, and 10. And it's like
Sure.
the offense was just so potent. I remember, buddy. I remember it was one point. What year was that where they played Golden State in the playoffs? That was 2021, right?
Yes, I think
Yeah,
so.
because that's when Golden State won the chip.
No.
I want to say that's when Golden State won the chip. But that series that year, bro, the Kings, bro, I think it was one point they were numbers wise the best offense in NBA history.
The Kings?
In the whole history of the NBA, bro. Like they were that potent, and just for you to kind of just, I don't know, just kind of fall off of that and kind of sell that. It's Kings, like you said, bro. It's the Kings, bro. But
It's the Kings, just bad ownership, right? And it just I don't know, cause bro,
ignorant.
this is Paul will love this. Ode to Paul. This is his like biggest thing. Small markets, right? They will always struggle, right? They have to win through the draft because they will not attract massive free agents,
No.
right? They want to attract the big whales at the prime of their career. They'll attract the DeMar DeRozans, but not the like if De'Aaron Fox was a free agent right now, he's not signing.
With Sacramento,
No, he's not going to Sacramento.
or
But
if like a Spider or like a Dame, and like I know what you mean. Yeah, like
they're
those.
not getting them, so they got to build through the draft. So, but they were successful, right? They hit on a couple draft picks and just messed it up because a lot of people have forgotten Keegan Murray. He kind of been the unsung, the forgotten guy. But Keegan Murray was hooping during that light to beam.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him this year. His shooting kind of fell off the map this year.
He's
He's still a
supposed to be
fan, but I
a
don't
big
know
shooter.
what happened to his shooting this year.
The point is, bro, they hit on a couple picks, and instead of turning those picks into a real team, a consistent playoff team, they fumbled it, and I just don't understand how they managed to do that. But anyway, fact of the matter is, Fox want to leave.
Yeah,
He
bro.
wanna go
I
on
mean,
the
you see. I'm just gonna ask it because do you see a situation where he goes to the Heat? Maybe a Jimmy to the King situation, maybe.
Bro, I think Jimmy would stab Pat Riley on the way out, but if they did that, but honestly, no.
Oh, he might put Pat Riley in
in the get here.
in a sleeper.
You
Boy,
know,
I
but
go, boy, you got me out here drinking pina coladas and Bayside,
bro,
like you taking me to Sacramento.
yeah, bro, he'll put him to sleep for real. We'll see Sleepy Pat for real.
They
But
go to sleep for real, boy. What?
nah, drown that boy in coffee. All right, let me stop. Uh, but honestly, no, no,
Fair. Nah, I
no,
don't
because
need.
it would take more than Jimmy Butler. I mean, unless it's a multiple team type of trade, I don't think the Kings. Bro. I know they dumb, but I don't think they that dumb to go Jimmy Butler for Fox straight up. Like, I don't think they would do that. That would not be an ethical
I
decision.
don't know, bro. Bro, I say that same thing you say, bro. Like, team can't be that dumb, but then teams be that dumb.
They do be that dumb. That is true.
They be that dumb. Like, I still don't understand. No, I didn't plan on slandering Paul George today because I actually like Paul George. But it still made me scratch my head that you gave a 35-year-old with injury history 300 M's 5-year extension. No, it wasn't 300. How much was it?
Nigga, more than enough.
Nah, 300 OD. I don't know why I said 300. Paul George.
No, 300. No, I'm just playing.
That
That
was
is OD though.
That's Jaylen Brown money. I did there. It's Jaylen Brown money. Oh, contract. I think it was in the probably 200s. Yeah, it was like 212. You gave a 35-year-old 212 for 4 years. Yeah, you deserve all the pain and agony that's coming your way, Daryl Morey. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, but like I say, bro, teams do dumb stuff all the time, bro. I wouldn't honestly be surprised if Jimmy Butler's in the Kings uniform. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't think so.
I wouldn't complain. I promise you. I'm not gonna hold out for that though. But I would not complain. I'm trying. Speaking, since you touched on Philly a little bit, and we could move on. I want that Joel Embiid PTO life. That's what I want.
Nah, we ain't gonna be able to get that PTO. One, because we not 7 feet tall, and two, we don't.
We are ethical.
Very, very. And then, bro, it's like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's why I say, like, bro, we're in an interesting dynamic of sports because where these guys make so much money, and we gotta understand, like, in everything in life, bro. When you have money, you have control to some extent. You have to, bro, because when people invest in you, they're gonna take every step to get something out of their investment. So it's just like, bro, we paid you this much money. You're MVP when you actually decide to be healthy. So it's just like, it's like the Zion thing. It's like, I see if it was like, okay, when you play, you suck. So we got more of a reason to trade you or not play you. But when you play,
you're him.
So it's just like, I would hate to be in a situation like that. I'm being honest with you.
Bro, I get the Joel Embiid thing. I get it. It's a risk. You've already put so much, because when he first got into the league, he barely played.
Yeah,
right?
We already knew what his fate was when he came into the league. Respectfully, you don't wish that upon a player, but we already knew. No,
of course not. But like they already invested so much at that point that it was hard not to justify continuous investment, right? The Paul George part, that blew me though. They should have never did that. They should have rocked out with Jordan. I get what they're trying to do, right? They were trying to go all in, see if they can get one last year, a couple of years out of Embiid, But man, Embiid not gonna play. He's not gonna play 60 games,
bro.
Nah. So don't do that. Don't go trade for another injury-prone player, bro. Like, what are you doing,
bro? Like I said, bro, it's just some teams. Sports, bro. Teams gonna make bad decisions, bro. I don't even look at it like how. I don't even think Paul George played last night against the Lakers.
I don't think he did. He not playing next game either. Who
Tyrese Maxey out there beef stewing Bronny James.
Oh yeah, he was cooking the Maxey.
I ain't gonna lie, he was deep frying Bronny James. I ain't gonna lie, LeBron gotta stop this, bro.
Keep him in the G, man. Keep him in the G.
He's not ready, bro. He got 80, bro. He got 80 hurt, bro. The play with what's his name for the Celtics? Yabusele, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Bro, the man couldn't throw an entry pass. He threw it. Dude, he came, he tipped it. AD tried to contest it. He boomed on AD and he got hurt. He got boomed on and hurt because of Bronny James.
He set him up.
LeBron, your son out here ripping it on folks. But yeah, he not, bro. Maxey had 43. All of it wasn't on Bronny, but enough was on Bronny.
The Maxey way. But who else big fish you want to talk about?
So we got Fox. Like I said, Jimmy out here card declining. I really don't want to talk too much about Jimmy, but
yeah, he being nasty right now.
What you think about Levine? I mentioned that to
Levine,
you the other
bro.
day. But what's some spots that you'll like Levine in? Because Bulls definitely can get off him. He's been
Levine
hooping this year too. He's been
Bro,
very.
Levine's a great basketball player, right? But one, he's been consistently hurt, right? Does hoop, but he's always he hurt. He's not as hurt as much as like Joel Embiid or Paul George. Don't get me wrong, do be hurt. So what is his value? Like, what's his trade value? I think that's the question because that man been in trade rumors since he became a Chicago Bull. You know, like
That's a little bit facts. That's fast.
so what's his value? Who needs that type of
Look,
guard?
see that, but that's what I was gonna say. I think it's a lot of teams that needs a lot. I think it's a couple teams. I can think of a couple teams off the top of my head. If they have like a Zach LaVine type shooting guard who can shoot the three, create out the dribble, athletic.
Bro, the thing is, he's not 25 no more, bro. He's 29. That's not old. He probably got another contract in him, right? But what are the Bulls asking for? That's my question with Zach LaVine. Like what?
But that's the thing. That's gonna be that's gonna really be the common denominator in this because it depends on, and you can really never know what the Bulls. Bulls are a very confusing organization too, but it depends on what the Bulls' goals are. I doubt they're trying to be competitive. So if you're trying to load up on picks,
yeah.
Do you send him to a team with? I'm trying to think of teams that can like really have the assets to get him, like a realistic team with the assets to get him. I don't know.
If I were a team,
I would have said Philly before they had Pandemic P.
There you go. But it'd be an interesting place. Let me think about it before I say it.
Nah, say it, man. You just say it.
I just had to think about it. But
I would like him on the Bucks. Not gonna lie.
Oh, the Bucks will be tough. Actually, I wouldn't even go say them. Look, that's why I needed to think about it. The Bucks.
I like him. I would actually love him on the Bucks. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Bucks.
yeah. They need another shooter. They need another shooter bad. Or maybe not a shooter, but a shot creator. There we go. They need another shot creator. But I was gonna say Cleveland.
Cleveland with him, but
I don't know if that's doing too much though. That's why I had to think about it. Like, because they have a great team right now, but would Levine just be cooking with too many hands in the kitchen? Is that what Levine would do for Cleveland?
Right. Yeah, I agree. Because you got four players that complement each other really well. I think you just keep that.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want him on the Lakers. I think that's a bad trade if you're a Lakers.
I do too. I think he'll help them, but I don't really care to see him with the Lakers.
I've always said, the Lakers need role players.
Yeah, they definitely need role players. That should be their primary focus. You know, a team that would be really good though if they got him to another sleeper team. Golden State would be a good team, but I think that the Pistons would be really nice with Zach LaVine.
Yeah, I just something that's justifiable. I remember I asked you this, right? I think a couple episodes ago.
Wasn't he in like trade? I remember in the offseason he was actually in Piston trade rumors.
Probably, but I just don't think the Pistons are in a spot where they make a big money trade that way.
Not yet. You don't think so?
That's because they'd have to give up assets, and does Zach LaVine take them over the hump? No, but
I see that. It's a building block, but I don't take them over.
Bro, you know me, bro. My thing is like, bro, what are we getting now? Like, how does this trade bring its value today, and how does it hurt us or help us tomorrow? Right. That's my thing.
Exactly. He's in a win now situation for sure. He has.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Pistons. Yeah, you'll definitely get better. You employ Zach LaVine, but now you got to pay him, and you just gave up assets. Are you winning a chip this year? Next year? No. So don't do that.
I mean, I don't even think it's. I think you can make them like, say for example, I liked what Indiana did with Siakam. Like, you don't think you're gonna necessarily win the whole thing, but
they were
better. You know?
Yeah, at the time of that trade, they didn't give up much, right? They gave up Bruce Brown, bro. So nothing against Bruce Brown.
I know they didn't just give up Bruce Brown. They gave up just Bruce Brown?
Bro, it wasn't major, bro.
You're right. Hold up.
Because it was like a sign and trade thing.
Yeah, they just gave up Bruce Brown. That would actually be kind of insane. They gave up Bruce Brown.
They gave up 3 players.
Oh, and 3 firsts.
Okay, never mind.
And 3 firsts. That's what Toronto wanted in 3 firsts.
Yeah, they gave up the first. Dang, Kira Lewis, Bama boy. But anyway, I don't know. Zach LaVine is interesting. We'll see what happens there.
You don't want him in Miami?
Hell
So
no.
y'all got y'all two guard of the future.
I think Hero has earned the right to be invested in
I agree.
and built around. Uh,
See where you can take it.
you said what?
See where you can take it. Like I say,
See what
this
take
is
it,
gonna be
bro.
his first. If you
That's what I was
if
trying to tell Chris, bro. Don't rush the process, man. The Heat have continuously tried to rush the process because Pat Riley hates rebuilds. But unless you get LeBron James, unless you already have a D Wade and then you bring in a Bosh and a James, don't don't do it. We don't have a D Wade and we can't bring in a Bosh and a James. Go build through the draft like a regular folk.
But I feel like that's what they. I feel like, but isn't that what you? I feel like you said was their gripe. Like you feel like they don't make too many moves. Like Miami don't make too many moves. They do kind of
In
stay
recent
like go through the
in
draft.
recent years, they didn't when they were supposed to.
Right.
Right? They brought in Jimmy Butler year one. That was the big move, right? And that was a great year. That was the bubble year. Had a finals run. Year two with Jimmy Butler. The big money move was Trevor Ariza, right? They rewarded him a finals trip with Trevor Ariza, bro. That like what was that? We're in win
Yeah,
now mode, right?
bro.
Win now mode. Let's go win now. We're trying to win today, right?
Yeah,
So
we just came off the finals trip.
man,
Let's go big fish hunting. I agree with you. I guess I agree with you. Well, I agree with you, but I didn't agree with you because obviously, yes, you always get better as a team. That's just in
have to.
general.
You just have to.
But like you say, I think they just waited too long. Like I was on board maybe the first 2.5 years, but when it gets to like 3, 4, like yeah, come on, this man's not a
Bro,
young star. He came there
bro.
when he was like 30 years old.
Yes, bro. He came at 30, dog. And then the trade that happened that was supposed to be the big trade was Kyle Lowry, right? I didn't understand it. I didn't understand that trade. You know how I feel about Kyle Lowry. Not to say
Yeah.
he's a bad player. I just didn't think that was the player that would take us there. Cause then and then we made it to Denver. We made it up against Denver, right? But dog, bro, like so many things had to be in line. This man Jimmy Butler had to play like he was Michael Jordan, right? The power of friendship. And Pat Riley saw that and was just like, yeah, these guys they made it. That's 2 finals trips, man. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's go draft Jaime Jaquez. You know, let's go draft Nikola Jovic. Those pick, bro. We should
Wow. Shout out
now.
Howie.
Now I want to keep Jaime, right? But at the time, they should have never been in employment for the
Right.
Miami Heat. Those picks
It
should have
makes
been
sense
moved.
now that they're shaking from Butler,
Bro,
but
I'm telling you,
yeah,
bro. Look, my takes age like wine, brother. Just give it time.
let the beat build.
There you go. Shout out Wayne.
But yeah, bro. Like I say, trade deadline gonna be interesting. That's next week, so we're gonna keep our eyes on point. You know, do a Hoela bomb. You know what I'm saying? We might pop
Yeah.
something on the pod, but
Yeah.
yeah, man. It's like I say, it's the meat and potatoes of the season right now. So everything's gonna get real. The plot's about to thicken, so we're gonna see how that go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The association been going good. So I'll say, what you want to do next? You want to get into the questions?
Yeah, we had 2, right?
Sure, yes, sir.
What they is? Talk to me.
All right, so we can do this one. We could do the generalized one first, and then we can end off with the other one. So this one is more so about a conversation that we always have. Y'all, if y'all don't know, we talk literally all day about this stuff. But this was more so the difference between what we feel is talent and intangibles. I feel like this has been a debate kind of varied within like time, and like a lot of things people kind of I feel like don't know the difference between the two. For example, like I feel like somebody can have a certain talent, but an intangible can outweigh that talent, because I feel like you can be more consistent with that intangible, because that is the embodiment of you. Talent, you can have talent, but a lot of people don't use their talent, and we see it often. So Phil, I guess maybe what I ask you is, one, what do you feel like is more important? And then two, what do you feel like holds people back more, those intangibles or that talent?
I think my answer is the same for both of them. Right? I think intangibles is more important, and intangibles holds people back more, because that's why I think it's most important, right? And I think this goes, like you said, it's more general. It goes through all sports, right? Because I think when I think intangibles, I think the mental aspect of the game, right?
Right.
Mental, anybody can study the game, bro. That's just and anybody can make a decision in the moment, right? You can decide to shoot, you can decide to pass, right? You can decide to 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 take a sack, or you can decide to throw the ball away, right? You
Right.
can decide many different things in sports, right? You could be a baseball player. You can decide to swing for the fences, or
That part.
just try to get a little hit, right? A little infield single or something. I don't know, but you can do a lot of things, right? I think that's the most important, because in the key moment, bro, I bring you up in a very famous example, right? We had LeBron James and we had J.R. Smith in the finals, right? Very sad moment for me. Um,
But a lot
J.R.
of us,
Smith,
bro.
J.R. Smith is talented, bro. You know, that man can shoot, but in the moment when it came down to his decision making, it got nothing to do with talent. It just came down to him not making the right decision at the moment. Some people might say that's Braun's fault. He didn't make the right decision, but
It came down to
I don't know.
IQ. It came down to IQ.
It came down to what you thought, and obviously intangibles is not just like decision making. It's things like work ethic, right? That's not talent. It doesn't take talent to
It's
work
not
hard.
God given abilities.
No, yeah, that's how I see it, bro. It's things anyone can accomplish, anyone could reach. Talent is LeBron James. Not every you don't just wake up and be as talented as LeBron James. You don't just wake up and be as good a shooter as Steph Curry. You don't just wake up and be Lionel Messi. You know, you don't just
100%.
wake up and be Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? That's talent. That's
What makes,
talent.
and not to cut you off, but what makes them an upper echelon is that they were able to bind those intangibles with the God given talent. Some people, it's
Yes.
like, it's kind of like a scale. It's like you may have more than this,
Yeah,
more than that, more than this, more than that. But they
yeah.
were able to forget the scale. We just gonna push both of these to the max and see where
To
that
the
gets.
max. Yeah, just to piggyback a little bit, you got guys like I don't know if you remember him, but obviously you remember. But Dennis Smith Jr. I think had a lot of talent, but
I thought
he
he was gonna
lacked.
be one boy. I thought he was gonna be
He was supposed to
one.
be him. He was supposed to be him, but he lacked the intangibles. All right. Then you got guys like Udonis Haslam, right? Not to say Udonis Haslam didn't have talent,
But
but
he full intangible.
for a lot of bro, like he way up here,
Well,
right?
he's Mr. Intangible.
Trying to tell you that's hard hat. Right? That's a guy that brought his hard hat to work. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody. I hate the heat culture terminology today, but at the time, he embodied what the culture was supposed to be. That's intangibles, right? So, and that's why I think intangibles is more important. Intangibles makes you have a 10-year career. Talent gets you noticed.
Facts. Now you hit it on the head, bro. Like they literally gave you the job for his intangible, for like you say, mind those key, because those key things are gonna help you win, bro. The small
Exactly.
details people don't ever. It's like painting. It's like everything. Those small details can resolve a bigger issue down the line because you tweaked it.
Exactly.
I'm on board with you on that one. I would agree. You know, intangibles are definitely something that can build. I feel like intangibles are the tools to build a car. Like you can have the car, you can have you can have all of this, but if you don't got that drill, or if you don't got the socket, if you don't got the blow switch, if you don't got those things to kind of make things mesh, then what's
You'll
the
never
point
get a
of
car.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, facts.
I mean, sure, we see it. I mean, do you feel like football is a sport to where talent probably would mean a little bit more than intangibles? Well, no,
Yes.
because you got to be able to want to get hit, be able to get hit. Because we
Yes.
see physical
I
people
think
and still
so.
get hit.
I think so. Football, you can get away without having the intangibles for most of your career, right? For most of your career,
Most of
it's
your career.
usually like when you get to the NFL, intangibles matter a lot more. So high school and college, talent can carry you so far, and then when you get to football, and everybody's as talented, everybody works as hard. This is their job now. Now it's intangibles, and now it's hard work. But talent can get you there, like, because most people not gonna make it to the league, bro. Like there's hundreds, thousands of high school football players, right? Thousands of college football players. It ain't thousands of NFL players, bro. It ain't thousands. It's a couple hundred, you know. So what talent in college can get you, because usually the person that's guarding you, there's a good chance that's not an NFL DB. Right? I mean, let's say I'm using wide receiver for example. There's a good chance it's not an NFL DB.
Yeah, they're gonna
That's
probably be in the cubicle. So
right. There's gonna be in a cubicle working next to me, right? You know, that's ain't nothing wrong with that, by the way. This the NFL ain't for everybody.
well, we support cubicles. I've had multiple cubicles. We support cubicles.
Oh yeah, you know, I got my cubicle. It's very comfortable. But anyway, right? as long as you're more talented than that guy, there's a good chance you'll moss him, you'll jump ball him. But now you're in the NFL, and you matched up against Jalen Ramsey, you matched up against Slay, you
Cream of
matched
the
up
crop.
against Sauce, you matched up against PS2. It ain't gonna be talent that gets you open, bro. It's gonna be you have to know the play, you have to know the read, you gotta study PS2, you gotta know PS2. If you get within 3 yards of him, he gonna flip his hips. But if you 5 yards away, he gonna keep his hips straight, right? I'm just saying these things. I don't know if this is true, but that it's these little things, right,
Yeah,
that
like
you
you
gotta
said, the
pick up
little
on.
things, bro. Even
So
if it's
you
not
get
like
up and like, okay, his hips are about to flip. I got this right here. I need to break. If I break right here, he'll hesitate because he's in the process of flipping his hips, right? That's how you get open in the NFL. Intangibles and hard work, right? Talent
right.
talent gets you to a point. Intangibles and hard work carries you the rest of the way.
And I feel like just even outside of what you can actually do physically, like mentally, like I feel like people respect individual people with intangibles, like winning intangibles, like they respect it. Like back when we were kind of talking about Amen Thompson, like he has winning intangibles, so
Yes.
people are gonna want to galvanize, or people are gonna want a dude like that on their team.
Yes.
So they know that you're gonna do the small things to win us this basketball game.
Yes. Hard hat. Bring your hard hat to work.
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah, nah, like I say, that's an interesting night. That's gonna be a debate that goes to test of time. Hard work beats talent, talent beats hard. We know the little phrase. See, I got a phrase too, Phil. How you feel about that?
Hey,
How
man,
many
you got
quotes
it,
we
bro.
dropped this? We dropped a lot of quotes this episode.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm saying what we is Socrates. That's how you say that. We philosophers.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what you're trying to say, but
Galileo. You never heard of
Galileo.
these people?
Brother, I ain't
Socrates.
gonna,
Galileo.
my anything past 1900s is very slim, chief.
Yeah, god damn it. All right, bro. I'll let you have it.
I'm segregation, future past.
That's bad, bro. Nah, I rock with the prehistorics and the Greeks, the
Bro,
philosophers,
that's fair. Yeah, they was spitting back then.
something like that.
But the next question that we had kind of loaded up is, and we can spice this up. Well, yeah, we can spice this up. Basically, a player that you feel like, and you know what? Since we talked about both sports today, we could do one for football, one for basketball. A
Yep.
player that you see that was taken at a certain position, who was one thing in his career, but ended up transforming and ascending into something else. A lot of the example that was given when we proposed the question was Giannis Antetokounmpo. Until about his like 6th year, that's when we started to see like, okay, this is somebody who lead a franchise to where they need to be.
Right. I got a very easy one, but it might be a cop out for basketball. But I got a very easy one.
Go ahead. And I want you to think of a football one too, because I think I got a football one that maybe could come into play. But
football. Oh, well. So what's their peak? Like their peak was really high. Okay, I mean I got one.
I
I
mean,
got a couple.
like you say, they're this at this point of their career, but they turn into this. Like
Okay, I got one for football. I got a very easy one for football, and I believe I got one for basketball as well.
Let me hear it. Because I'm intrigued.
The basketball one's kind of easy. It's Nikola Jokic. Nobody knew who that was for a very long time. 2nd round pick in Denver.
No, you gotta say. So who you think will be like that?
Oh, who do I think is gonna turn into Nikola Jokic? Like who I think is? Oh, okay. Now that's a different question.
Man, that's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of I got somebody in mind.
That's a different question. You can go first, and I'm gonna come back to you.
You went first last one. So in basketball, since we kind of was in the basketball realm, this is gonna sound it's not gonna sound really crazy because I have kind of a tie with two.
Mm-hmm.
My first one is Anthony Simons for the Blazers.
Ooh.
I think he still has a lot of room to grow. As of late, the Blazers have been playing really good basketball. They're actually on a 4-game winning streak right now.
Yeah.
And I still got hope for him, bro. I think they just got to get that dynamic with him and Shaden right. Shaden, he's kind of been underwhelming a little bit because I feel like he doesn't really show too much effort. I feel like he plays too cool sometimes. Mm-hmm. But I definitely think that Anthony can be one of those ones. Now, granted, he's in the Western Conference, so all-star games, that might depend on circumstance. But I definitely think that there's another level that Anthony Simons can go. And then my one that if I wouldn't say him, I'd probably say Franz. I think Franz has I think he has another level he can go. Granted, I mean, you could say that was gradual as well. He was
Yeah.
like a really good player, but I think he can go from a really good player to like a all NBA caliber player. I think him and Paulo can be a Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum type tandem.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I got one for the NFL, but it might not be. It might be a cop out. But I'll do the NBA one first.
My football one was Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, I ain't even let you get it off. My fault. Saying, okay, yours a cop out just like mine, but
Was that who you were gonna pick?
no, but I think that's a cop out
It is, but it isn't.
because, bro, that man was touted to be a legend, bro. His daddy a legend. He touted to be a legend. He had a great rookie year.
It don't work that way. It don't work that way, brother. Because
No, I'm just saying, like, he's already seen as somebody that's gonna take the next step. But don't worry, I got one too. Because his name, I mean, he was him in college, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, he was him. His film was crazy.
Are him in college, like I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I ain't gonna take it from you though. I ain't gonna take it from you. But I
said please. I'll take it from you.
but for me, basketball, I'm gonna go Trey Murphy for the Pelicans.
That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think I watched a video on him the other day, and I've been peeping a couple Pelicans games, not a lot because they suck, but Trey Murphy, he was really just a 3-and-D guy, right? That was really it. But I think this year he's taking a step a little bit, and I think he got it in him. I think he got it in him, bro. I think he can take another jump, another large jump, and it's on him. It's on him. First of all, he need to get out of New Orleans. They got bad juju down there. And
it's so sad, bro. They're so talented, bro. They're so
super talented, but everybody gets hurt. Everybody gets hurt. But
it's actually disappointing. But I want to see them I want to see them at full strength, bro. Like, bro, when you have
DeJounte, CJ, Herb, Trey, Brandon, Zion, goddamn.
CJ.
I said CJ.
They got Jose Alvarado.
Bro, they had a team that's better than goddamn 10 wins for sure.
Right. They got better roster than teams that are like top 5 seeds on paper.
But that's
like,
enough. But
this like a little side caveat. But like, if fully healthy, that roster would definitely 100% be better than the Pacers.
I like it. I just had to make sure I thought about it. Bro. Yeah. No, I like it.
Go ahead. I just had.
No, you straight. My NFL guy, like I said, this might be a cop out, but he only because he a rookie. But Nate Wiggins, I think, who plays for the Ravens. If you've been reading my message in the chat, me and Curb especially, that was my CB1 in the draft. He played for Clemson. I think when I watched his Clemson tape, bro, just jumped off the tape, bro. He just, I just didn't understand how he wasn't considered CB1 in the draft when I watched his Clemson tape. And he proved it this year for the Ravens. He had a great year as a rook, right? Nate Wiggins, bro. He's a dog. And I think he got another step in him. I think he got that PS2 jump in him.
PS2 did take a jump. Because we knew about him from being from the crib, but like people, I don't think he was high on people's radar as far as that.
Nah, bro. PS2, bro. As you know, I'm a Bama fan, so I've been watching PS2, right? He was a dog, super talented coming out of college, and he played good, right? And then, but this year he took a lead. Like, I'm talking defensive player of the year talk. I remember you brought that up a couple episodes ago. But I think Nate Wiggins got that jump in him. I don't know when he takes that jump, but I think he got it in him. He only a rookie, and as a local, I live around the corner from the stadium. I'm gonna pull up the Bill Curry, bro. Talk to him. Yeah, nah, bro. He lit, bro. He lit, and that's my two. That's
an angle out that Trey Murphy. That was a good one. I like that a lot. The football one was a good one too, but I like the Trey Murphy one a lot.
Yeah, straight. I appreciate that. It's on you to close this out, though. Hope you know that.
You brought us in. I'll send this off, but that's a wrap for this one, man. Definitely hope y'all enjoyed this one. Like I said, we're gonna tune in to y'all after a couple of this big game happen and see kind of like how y'all feel about it, how I feel about it. Hopefully, somewhere and enjoying myself, kicking my feet up, eating good food, watching the game. But
yes, sir.
Yeah, man, this is episode, what are we on, 6?
Thanks, you getting up there.
Getting up there, man. You know, make sure
Getting up
y'all
there.
tap in with us all platforms. We on the Apple, we on YouTube, we on everything. We on whatever you find us. You know what I'm saying?
Every single thing.
Getting social media started too. Y'all follow the page too. Hoela Podcast, the
Yes,
page.
sir.
Get us on the gram, things like that. Gonna start throwing clips up and things like that very soon. And just gonna keep growing, man. You know, you guys definitely, you know, like, comment, give feedback, give us a spin, you know what I'm saying? Certain things you want us to talk about. And then we're gonna definitely get to it. But Phil, any last remarks you wanna get out there before we
No, catch me in episode 7. I'll talk to y'all then.
7, so you saving all the good jargon for 7?
I'm saying, bro, I almost said that thing Frank said, bro. I can't say that on the pod, bro.
Well, we gotta wait till like episode 10 to get canceled, bro.
Yeah, we can't get canceled before double digits.
Yeah, we can't get canceled single digits. We gotta wait till double digits to get canceled, brother. But yeah, man, that's a wrap. We got your boy Philly Chief in the building, down one.
Yes, sir.
Man, we definitely appreciate y'all. Gonna catch y'all for lucky 7, man. Y'all have a good one.
Deuce. Peace.